Well, so good morning, everyone, and let's continue the data structure trees. So till now, we have seen basics of trees, binary search trees, all those theories we have covered. Then we moved to balanced trees, where we have started with height balanced tree, and we have seen AVL tree, AVL insert and delete operations. And after that, we have moved to the perfectly balanced tree, which is B tree. And just to decrease the overall height of a tree, we go for the B tree, which is M-way search tree, which contains multiple values in a single node and multiple pointers also. So B tree insert and delete operation we have completed, and then we move to B plus tree. So we have seen B plus tree insert and delete operation also. Now, what is the difference between B and B plus tree? So the B plus tree is nothing but similar to B tree, but there are two major differences. All the leaf nodes are connected in linked list manner. If you are discussing about B plus tree, then all the leaf nodes are connected to each other. And second one, the second difference, all the leaf nodes will have your data, whereas internal nodes will have keys. Okay, in B plus tree, all internal nodes will have key, whereas data will be stored in the leaf node. Now, to maintain this key and a data, when we split a leaf node, we generate a copy of our median data. We generate copy, which is nothing but a key, and then that key will be propagated to the parent node. So that's the difference. When we split a leaf node, we make a copy. If we split internal node, we simply move the median value. So that's the second difference between B and B plus tree. B plus trees are mostly used in disks, creating indexes for your disk data, right? So that's the B plus tree, and we have also seen B plus tree delete operation. Now let's continue and have a look at the next tree, which is 2-3 tree. This is nothing but a B tree with a new name. A simply B tree with a new name. What do you think will be the minimum and maximum constraint for three-way B tree? Let's try to find it out. If I say three-way B tree, then there will be maximum 3 pointers, correct? And B tree minimum constraint is what? Half. So 3 by 2 is 1.5. And we take the integer part, which is 1. So we say there will be minimum 1 pointer and maximum 3 pointers. How about values? Maximum 2 values and minimum 0 value. Now, is it possible to have a 0 value? If you say there is 0 value, then there is no need of node. And if there is no node, then how can you have a single pointer? So this creates a problem. When we say, if we talk about three-way B tree, then the minimum constraint has some problem. So instead of having 1 pointer and 0 value, we say we are going to keep 1 value and so 2 pointers. Just to have a node, at least we need to have 1 value, and if we do have 1 value, then there is left pointer and right pointer, so there will be minimum 2 pointers. So because of this reason, okay, because of this minimum constraint problem in three-way B tree, we give it a new name. We give it a new name. We call it a 2-3 tree. In a 2-3 tree, every node will have either 2 pointer or 3 pointers. So it's named 2-3 tree. Otherwise, it is a B tree. All other requirements will be fulfilled here. Okay, so 2-3 tree is perfectly balanced tree. We are going to insert data in a leaf node always. If leaf node is not following the maximum constraint, then we are going to split that node and the median value will be propagated to the parent one. So what is 2-3 tree? It's nothing but a three-way B tree, but because of having minimum constraint problem, we say that okay, minimum 2-pointer, maximum 3-pointer, and so this has been given a new name, 2-3 tree. So in 2-3 tree, all internal nodes will have either 2 or 3 children. Leaf nodes, 0 child. Because it is a leaf, 0 child. So that's why I'm saying all internal nodes will have either 2 or 3 children. If any node is having 2 children, then it is called 2 node. It is called 2 node. If any node is having 3 children, it is called 3 node. So we can say a 2 node will have 1 data and 2 children. A 3 node will have 2 data and 3 children. So what are the properties? A common properties of 2-3 tree. Every leaf node is either a 2 node or a 3 node, which will contain 1 data or 2 data. Now if you talk about leaf node, then there won't be any child. When you talk about non-leaf node, then there may be either 2 or 3 children. Because leaf node has 0 child, but it can have 1 value or 2 value. Pointers will be null. So the same way, all leaf nodes are at a same level. Because it is a B tree, all leaves are at a same level. So this is a perfectly balanced tree. All data kept in order also, because it is a search tree. Okay, what is B tree? B tree is a specialized M-way search tree. Search tree. At the end, it is search tree. So data will be in sorted order. And Guma fira ke fir se wahi baat. Contains 1 or 2 fields, data fields. So these are the few properties. These are the few properties of 2-3 tree. Okay. So when there is something related to, or when there is a question related to 2-3 tree, what you can say is it's a special B tree where every node can have either 2 or 3 children, right? And so every node will have either 1 or at max 2 data. Now that's the 2-3 tree. Well, in that case, if you are leaving this class, you will not come back. Well, so at the end it is a B tree. So how do we insert a node? We search the leaf node, then we insert that value and we check the maximum constraint. What is the maximum constraint? 3-pointer, 2 data. If it is okay, then fine, we are done. If it is having a problem, then we split that node. Median value will be propagated to upper node or the parent node. So the same process will be done for 2-3 tree insert as well as delete. How do we delete? Search a value. If that value is in a leaf node, simply delete it. If that value is somewhere in the internal node, you find out the in order predecessor or successor and then go and delete that predecessor or a successor. Now once you delete a value, check the minimum constraint. Minimum constraint is what? 1 data and 2 pointers. If there is a problem, if there is no data remains after you delete the value, then we have a problem. What we do? We bring data from siblings left and right. If left or right sibling is having enough data, then bring that value via parent. Otherwise, we merge those nodes and we bring the upper data, or we bring the data from parent value to down, right? So that's how we can insert and delete in 2 3 tree also. The only thing that you have to remember is pointer and value, minimum and maximum constraint. You follow these things and all the operations will be similar to B tree. And that's why I'm not going for any operation here. It's up to you. You have to practice it. Right? So that's the 2 3 tree. Any question till now? Insert a value in leaf node, maximum constraint violation, split that node. Propagate the middle value to parent. If parent node is not having any problem, fine. If still it has a problem, split the parent node, propagate the middle value to its parent, and so on. Chaining will occur. That's the insert operation. Delete, search the value, delete the value. If that value is in a leaf node, fine. If that value is internal node, in internal node, then you go for predecessor or a successor. Once you delete a node, delete a value, then check the minimum constraint. If there is no problem, then over. If there is a problem, then we borrow a value from sibling via parent. If none of the sibling is having enough values, then we merge those nodes and we bring the parent intermediate value downward. Parent से एक वैल्यू नीचे लाओगे. If parent के पास enough values है तो वो आसानी से नीचे आ जाएगी. If parent does not have enough values, then parent will ask its sibling to borrow the value via parent. और वहां भी अगर नहीं है तो ऊपर से नीचे आएगा. So chaining will occur. Well, so that's all about 2 3 tree. Now here we complete height balance trees. We are done with all height balance trees. Now what are the trees we have seen in height balance mechanism? AVL, B, B plus, 2 3. 4 different trees we have seen under height balanced mechanism. AVL is a binary tree, whereas B, B plus and 2 3, all these are M-way trees. Fine. Now let's go for the weight balanced tree now. The next one, weight balanced tree. Height में पता था कि चलो total height calculate करना है और difference देखेंगे. What is the height on left side? What is the height on right side? Find out that height, calculate the difference, and we means अगर binary tree है तो एक का difference allow करेंगे. अगर M-way tree है तो perfectly balanced होना चाहिए. Now that's why we call it a height balance tree. But when we talk about weight balance, then what is a weight? How do you calculate weight? Now that's the question. Now in a tree, what do you call a weight? Sorry? Density. Density of what? जितना ज़्यादा growth means length. Number of nodes. When you increase number of node, obviously length will increase. So that anyway it becomes height. What do you call a weight? Okay, number of nodes in left and right side. लेफ्ट साइड कितने नोड है, राइट साइड कितने नोड है. जैसे ही नोड बढ़ेंगे आपकी हाइट इंक्रीज होगी कि नहीं. सो नंबर ऑफ नोड इज नॉट अ परफेक्टली वेट. वेट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर नीड, योर रिक्वायरमेंट. लेफ्ट साइड जो वैल्यू है वो आपको कितनी बार चाहिए, राइट साइड जो वैल्यू है वो कितनी बार चाहिए. Let's say you want few values, and if all those values are on the left side, you want few values, and if all those values are on the left side, तो हर बार आप कौन सा ट्रावर्स करते हो, लेफ्ट ही ट्रावर्स करते हो, राइट तो जाते ही नहीं. और अगर 5 वैल्यू लेफ्ट साइड ही रखनी है आपको, तो 5 वैल्यू के लिए वो लेंथ बढ़ जाएगी ना एनीवे। तो अगर लेंथ बढ़ेगी तो सर्च ऑपरेशन थोड़ा लंबा चलेगा। लेकिन वही 5 वैल्यू को ऐसा कर लो कि 2 लेफ्ट साइड रखो, 3 राइट साइड रखो। जो 5 वैल्यू आपको चाहिए उसमें से 2 लेफ्ट साइड 3 राइट साइड रखो, तो 2 लेफ्ट साइड 3 राइट साइड, थोड़ा बहुत तो बैलेंस कर लिया हमने। सो जब भी मैं सर्च करने जाऊंगा तो एटलीस्ट थोड़ा फास्ट सर्च कर सकता हूं। सो व्हाट वी फोकस हियर, रिक्वायरमेंट, मुझे जो चाहिए था उसको बैलेंस करने गया, नॉट द ओवरऑल हाइट। So weight, what is weight? The requirement, the need. If you already know something, then you can consider that as a weight, your priority, right? So what is weight balance tree? Again, look, in a weight balance tree you can have binary or M-way. We will see only one example here as per our syllabus, and that is Huffman tree, and that is also binary tree. So what is weight balance tree? So we say it's a binary tree which is balanced, उसको balance तो करना ही है, not with the height, which is balanced based on the knowledge. If you already know something, the knowledge of what? The probabilities of searching each individual node. The probability, जैसे मैंने बताया आपको पहले से पता है कि ये 5 वैल्यू आप ज्यादा सर्च करते हो, दैट्स योर नॉलेज कि भाई ये 5 वैल्यू मुझे ज्यादा चाहिए होगी। देन आई एम गोइंग टू पुट दोज वैल्यूज इन अ बैलेंस्ड मैनर, 2 इस तरफ 3 इस तरफ, राइट? सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल फ्रॉम द एंटायर क्लास where I do have 60 students maybe, क्लास रिप्रेजेंटेटिव की जरूरत ज्यादा पड़ेगी, CR, डेफिनेटली आई एम गोइंग टू कीप दैट CR ऑन द टॉप एज अ रूट। अगर उसको रूट पे नहीं रखता हूं तो हर बार मुझे ट्री के अंदर उसे ढूंढने जाना पड़ेगा। सो दैट्स माय प्रायर नॉलेज, दिस इज समथिंग आई एम गोइंग टू नीड मोर। So whatever the data you need more, you are going to keep that data on top or at least upper level पे रखेंगे आप, और जिसकी जरूरत कम है वो लीफ पे जाएगा, so that your searching for that value will have minimum time, कम टाइम में वो मिल जाए आपको। Now that's what we need here. So a tree is balanced based on a knowledge of probability of searching each value. तो आप ये बोलोगे कि सर how do we know that probability, or how do we come with that knowledge, right? So we'll see that. But in this tree what happens here, in each subtree also, in each subtree, जैसे कि आपने सर्च ट्री में देखा था कि lesser on the left, greater on the right, all subtrees will also follow the same thing. Similarly here, जो भी डेटा आपको सबसे ज्यादा चाहिए उसको रूट में रखा, तो उसके लेफ्ट में एक सब ट्री है, राइट में एक सब ट्री है। नाउ बोथ दोज सब ट्रीज विल आल्सो फॉलो द सेम थिंग, both those subtrees will also follow the same behavior. In those subtrees जो डेटा आपको ज्यादा चाहिए उसको ऊपर रखो, बाकी नीचे जाने दो, and so that it results in more efficient searching performance. क्योंकि जिसकी जरूरत ज्यादा है वो कहीं अपर लेवल में, लेवल 0, लेवल 1, लेवल 2 में है, एंड जिसकी जरूरत कम है मे बी वो लेवल 5, लेवल 6 तक जाएगा, राइट? Most likely to be searched will have the lowest search time, will be on the upper levels. And the example is Huffman tree. Now what is Huffman tree? Tree तो बाद में देखेंगे, what is Huffman? So let us first understand what is Huffman code. It is encoding and decoding technique. Huffman code is nothing but encoding and decoding technique. Remember, I'm not saying encryption and decryption. This is encoding and decoding. So this is a totally different fundament. Okay. So Huffman coding is form of statistical coding. कुछ डेटा है आपका, उसको आप एनकोड करते हो. You change the form of that data. Now, let's say we have a statement, one paragraph or one sentence or something, a message, and you want to encode that message. आपको वो मैसेज एनकोड करना है. Now, why do we encode? Just to decrease the length. Encode क्यों करेंगे? Just to decrease the overall message length. Now, how do we do that? So, in our message, not all characters occur with the same frequency. जो भी स्टेटमेंट आप बनाते हो, जरूरी नहीं है कि हर एक कैरेक्टर इक्वल नंबर ऑफ टाइम उसके अंदर होगा. Generally, vowels are going to be more number of times than other letters, consonants, right? A, E, I, O, U ज़्यादा दिखेंगे आपके कोई भी मैसेज स्टेटमेंट के अंदर. But what we focus on characters and then we see कि भाई वो पर्टिकुलर कैरेक्टर कितनी बार आपके मैसेज में आया है. जितनी ज़्यादा बार आएगा उतनी ज़्यादा बार उसकी ज़रूरत है आपको. And we say that's the weight of that character. That is the weight of that character. So all characters are allocated some amount of space. Now you all know that if you want to store a character, a single character in a program, C program देख लो. So what you do is you take CHAR, character data type, and that requires 1 byte. Yes or no? 8 bits. तो हर एक कैरेक्टर को 1 बाइट चाहिए. अगर पूरा मैसेज आप ऐसे ही स्टोर करते हो एंड मान लो कि आपके एक स्टेटमेंट के अंदर 10 कैरेक्टर्स हैं, तो वो स्ट्रिंग स्टोर करने के लिए आपको मिनिमम कितने कैरेक्टर चाहिए? 10 कैरेक्टर. मतलब कितने बाइट्स? 10 बाइट. 10 बाइट आपको चाहिए वो मैसेज स्टोर करने के लिए. इज देयर एनी अदर वे बाय विच आई कैन डिक्रीज द मेमोरी? क्या वो 10 बाइट को मैं 7 बाइट या 5 बाइट में स्टोर कर सकता हूं? तो फायदा है. एंड फॉर दैट हियर इज द हॉफमैन कोड. हॉफमैन कोड वही करता है. हाउ? लेट अस सी. सो 1 कैरेक्टर इज 1 बाइट. वेल बी इट ए और एक्स, डजंट मैटर, क्योंकि वो मैसेज जो है हम ये नहीं देखते कि उसके अंदर ए कितनी बार आया, एक्स कितनी बार आया. जितने कैरेक्टर है उतनी मेमोरी उठा ले. इफ यू ऑलरेडी नो भाई ए 5 बार आया है, बी 3 बार आया है, एक्स एक ही बार आया है, then you do some encoding technique and you can decrease the overall amount of memory. So is there any way by which we can decrease that memory size? That's the question. Saving based on frequency. We want to save a memory based on frequency of each character. तो हर एक कैरेक्टर के लिए हम एक कोड वर्ड डिसाइड करेंगे. A 00, B 101, C maybe not entire ABCD. Remember, not all 26 characters. We are going to encode characters which are present in the message. अगर Z है ही नहीं तो भूल जाओ, उसको कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है. Right? So what we do is we design a code word for every character. ASCII में जाते हो तो 1 बाइट फिक्स है, 1 बाइट इज फिक्स्ड. बट व्हेन वी डिफाइन कोड वर्ड, कोई कैरेक्टर के लिए 2 डिजिट चाहिए तो किसी कैरेक्टर के लिए 4 डिजिट चाहिए. लेंथ में वेरी. ए के लिए 00 2 ही बिट चाहिए, बी के लिए 101 3 बिट चाहिए. So we differ the length of those characters, and those characters will have length, code word length based on a frequency. जिसकी frequency ज़्यादा है उसका length कम रखो. जिसकी frequency कम है उसका length बढ़ जाएगा तो चलेगा, क्योंकि वो 1 या 2 बार ही आने वाला है. right? So code word lengths may vary based on the frequency. Now how do we define those code words then? क्या ऐसे ही बैठ के डिसाइड कर लेंगे a equals to 00, b equals to 10? ऐसा नहीं है, क्योंकि ऐसा अगर मैं डिसाइड करता हूँ और 101000101 जैसा मैसेज आपको देता हूँ, देन हाउ विल यू डिकोड दैट थिंग? कुछ तो दोनों के बीच फिक्स होना चाहिए. अगर मैं एनकोडेड मैसेज आपको देता हूं, देन हाउ विल यू डिकोड दैट मैसेज? सो देयर इज अ प्रोसेस. द Huffman has given us the entire process how you encode and decode. So let us see that algorithm. The step number 1 says you scan your entire text. जो भी मैसेज है आपका, you scan your text and tally the occurrences of all characters. आपके मैसेज में जितने भी कैरेक्टर्स हैं वो हर एक कैरेक्टर के कितने अकरेंस हुए वो फाइंड आउट करो. ए कितनी बार आया, सी कितनी बार आया, जेड कितनी बार आया, कैलकुलेटेड. वंस यू हैव दोज नंबर्स ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स, यू सॉर्ट दोज कैरेक्टर्स by prioritizing the character number of time it occurs. जितने भी कैरेक्टर्स आपके मैसेज में है वो कैरेक्टर्स को आप सॉर्ट करोगे बेस्ड ऑन द अकरेंस ऑफ दैट कैरेक्टर, एंड यू आर गोइंग टू सॉर्ट इट इन असेंडिंग ऑर्डर. जो कम बार आया है वो पहले रहेगा और जो मैक्सिमम टाइम्स अकर हुआ है उसको लास्ट में रखेंगे. So you sort those characters in ascending order. Then build Huffman tree. अब ट्री बनाने का पूरा प्रोसेस जो है वो अलग है, 3 steps. Next we will see that. So the third step says you build Huffman tree here. जैसे ही आपको ट्री मिलता है, then you traverse that tree to determine those code words. जैसे ही ट्री मिल जाता है तो आप उस ट्री को ट्रावर्स करोगे हर एक लेटर के कोड वर्ड को डिसाइड करने के लिए. So that tree is going to give you the code word, and that tree also is going to help you in decoding process. So once you have those code words, हर एक लेटर के लिए आपको जैसे ही कोड वर्ड मिल जाता है from tree, then what you do is you again scan your text and you replace all those characters using code words. ट्री से आपको जो भी कोड वर्ड मिले हैं वो कोड वर्ड आपके पास है. अगेन यू विल गो एंड स्कैन योर एंटायर स्ट्रिंग, और स्ट्रिंग के अंदर जितने भी कैरेक्टर्स हैं वो कैरेक्टर को उसके कोड वर्ड से रिप्लेस करो. सो फाइनली यू विल हैव अ बाइनरी स्ट्रिंग 10010110 जैसा कुछ एक लंबा सा स्ट्रिंग मिलेगा, एंड दैट इज द एनकोडेड स्ट्रिंग. अब बोलोगे कि सर वो कम लेंथ का कैसे होगा? लेट अस टेक वन एग्जांपल. लेट्स गो थ्रू द एग्जांपल एंड देन अंडरस्टैंड द एंटायर प्रोसेस. पूरा हॉफमैन कोड ट्री बनाने का जो प्रोसेस है एक एग्जांपल से समझते हैं. सो कंसिडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट. एयरी आइज सीन नियर लेक. स्टेप नंबर 1, स्कैन योर एंटायर टेक्स्ट, टैली द अकरेंसेस ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स. हर एक कैरेक्टर कितनी बार आता है ये आप टैली करोगे. कितने कैरेक्टर्स हैं, कौन कौन से कैरेक्टर्स हैं उसका एक लिस्ट बना लो, एंड देन फाइंड द फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ ईच कैरेक्टर. सो टेल मी, कैपिटल ई कितनी बार आता है? ओनली वंस. स्मॉल ई 8 times. Small r twice. Small I. Space. SP is the space. Small y. So likewise, You fill this entire block. So you have characters and you have occurrences. Fine. Then second step is what? Sort this entire list based on the number of occurrences in ascending order. तो इसको आप ascending order में sort करोगे. And then the third step, क्या बोलता है वो? Create a tree, Hoffman tree. So we have sorted. Look, we already have this set. We have all the characters and we have its occurrences. Then what we do is we sort that set. हर एक character को occurrence के हिसाब से ascending order में रखेंगे. And then we are going to create a tree. So what is Hoffman tree then? Tree कैसे बनता है उसकी process. So it says create a binary tree. कैसे बनाना है? With each character and frequency. कहां पे डालेंगे? Place nodes in a priority queue. जो sort करना है आपको priority queue बना लो, sort automatically हो जाएगा. What is priority queue? Priority queue data will be deleted based on the priority value. Higher the priority, deletion will happen first. So here what we say, number of occurrence, अगर वो occurrence कम है तो priority ज़्यादा है. Try to understand that thing. अगर occurrence कम है, okay, तो उसकी priority ज़्यादा है. We keep it in a front. So what we do is we create a priority queue. Now this is your priority queue. And inside your priority queue, you are going to insert all these characters alongside their occurrences. हर एक कैरेक्टर को उसके occurrence के साथ प्रायोरिटी क्यू में डालोगे. अब प्रायोरिटी क्यू खुद ब खुद मेंटेन कर लेगा. It is going to sort those characters based on the occurrences. So we do have a priority queue ready with us now. तो sorting वाला process खुद ब खुद हो गया. And then what we do is, इतना याद रखो, lower the occurrence, higher the priority. You have to keep this in your mind. Lower the occurrence, higher the priority. That's why we keep all these characters at front. So sorting part is done. Then how do we create a tree? अब tree का algorithm. Step number 3 says you create a tree. और tree कैसे create करना है? Create a new node. Tree बनाने के लिए आप process repeat करोगे जहां पे हर बार एक आप नया node create करोगे. Create a new node. Then go and dequeue. Priority queue में से 2 बार आप delete करो. Dequeue 2 times. 2 बार आप डिलीट करोगे. पहली बार डिलीट करने पे जो भी आपको नोड मिलता है, जो भी कैरेक्टर मिलता है, वो जाएगा लेफ्ट साइड, नए नोड के लेफ्ट में. और दूसरी बार जो डिलीट करते हो, दैट विल गो टू द राइट साइड. सो एक नया सब ट्री मिल गया आपको. क्रिएट अ न्यू नोड. लेफ्ट साइड जो पहली बार डिलीट हुआ एंड राइट साइड जो दूसरी बार डिलीट हुआ. सो यू हैव दिस सब ट्री. मान लो कि यहां पे कैपिटल ई था, यहां पे डॉट था, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एंड अकरेंस वॉज 1 1. दिस इज जस्ट एन एग्जाम्पल. ओके, सो पहले डिलीट किया कैपिटल ई विथ 1 अकरेंस, दूसरा डिलीट किया डॉट विथ 1 अकरेंस. दोज गोज ऑन द लेफ्ट एंड राइट चाइल्ड pointer. Then frequency of node, a newly created node is what? Is actually the sum of frequency of left and right child. So left child की frequency 1, right child की frequency 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. So new node की frequency क्या बनेगी? 2. So you are going to add those frequencies and the newly created node will have that answer. And then finally what you do is, जो भी नया नोड मिला है उसको फिर से NQ करो, अपनी प्रायोरिटी क्यू में उसको फिर से इंसर्ट करो. हाँ, अगर ये नया नोड, ये नया ट्री जो है वो वापस प्रायोरिटी क्यू में जाता है तो कहाँ पे जाएगा? बेस्ड ऑन द प्रायोरिटी, बेस्ड ऑन द प्रायोरिटी. और इसकी प्रायोरिटी अब क्या है? 2. बेस्ड ऑन द अकरेंस 2 वो वापस प्रायोरिटी क्यू के अंदर जाएगा. क्रिएट अ न्यू नोड, delete once goes left, delete second goes right, add the frequency, new node frequency, and then NQ. 4 स्टेप है. Repeatedly we are going to perform these 4 steps जब तक आपकी प्रायोरिटी क्यू में एक एलिमेंट नहीं बचता है, तब तक ये रिपीट करोगे. Let's do it. We were having a priority queue जहां पे हमारे पास हर एक कैरेक्टर विथ अकरेंस थे, राइट? सो स्टेप नंबर 1, व्हाट इट सेज, क्रिएट अ न्यू नोड, नया नोड बनाओ. देन DQ वो आपका बनेगा लेफ्ट चाइल्ड, DQ बनेगा आपका राइट चाइल्ड. मतलब ये निकल गया और ये भी निकल गया. 2 बार DQ, 2 बार डिलीट ऑपरेशन, दोनों नोड निकल गए. एक गया लेफ्ट में, दूसरा गया राइट में. देन यू ऐड दोज वैल्यूज, 1 + 1 becomes 2, and then NQ this node, NQ this sub tree. अब ये सब ट्री कहां पे जाएगा? So this entire subtree will be inserted in your priority queue based on priority value 2. तो 2 और 4 के बीच में जाना चाहिए in a sorted manner. Queue first come first serve. तो with occurrence 2 ऑलरेडी जितने नोड है उसको ऐसे ही रहने दो. नया जो है वो पीछे जाएगा. हाँ, लेकिन वो 4 से तो आगे ही रहने वाला है. So the newly created node will be inserted in your priority queue based on the newly calculated frequency. Okay, so आगे से 2 नोड निकल चुके हैं और नया जो सब ट्री है वो वापस क्यू में चला गया अंदर. Repeat this process. This is the current status. What we do, we create a new node, then we delete first one, becomes the left child, delete second one, becomes the right child, add the frequency, and then NQ कहाँ जाएगा? Okay, आ गया? So this is what we have inserted just now. Repeat the process. Create a new node, delete becomes the left child, delete becomes right child, add the frequency, and then NQ. Based on a frequency value आप insert करोगे. So NQ it कहाँ पे जाएगा? Between these two. So you repeat this process again and again. Look, once you delete, create a new subtree and insert, total elements in your priority queue is decreasing. धीरे धीरे कम हो रहे हैं. 2 नोड थे, उसका 1 करके insert किया आपने, right? So the number of elements in your priority queue are being decreasing. 2 रहेंगे तो लास्ट स्टेप जब आप उन दोनों को डिलीट करोगे, एक नया नोड करके एक ट्री बना दोगे. So entire process will be completed and finally you will have this tree. जो पहले दो का डिलीट किया था, थर्ड टाइम जो डिलीट किया था यहाँ पे है, when you repeat those processes 2 and 2 will be deleted, becomes 4. 2 and 4 deleted becomes 6. हाँ, वही प्रोसेस रिपीट करो तो कहीं ना कहीं 4 and 6 will be deleted becomes 10. तो लास्ट में कुछ ऐसा होगा कि आपके पास एक ये होगा लेफ्ट चाइल्ड, एक ये होगा राइट चाइल्ड, एंड फाइनली यू विल हैव 26 एज द रूट नोड एंड यू विल एनक्यू दिस थिंग. प्रोसेस तो यही बोलता है कि हर बार डिलीट करो लेफ्ट चाइल्ड, डिलीट करो राइट चाइल्ड, बना टोटल करो और एनक्यू करो. तो लास्ट में ये 26 वाला नोड जो है वो क्यू में जाएगा. बट दैट्स द ओनली एलिमेंट इन योर ट्री, सॉरी इन योर क्यू. नाउ आपकी प्रायोरिटी क्यू में लास्ट में एक ही नोड बचेगा, एंड एट दैट टाइम यू विल स्टॉप दिस प्रोसेस. व्हेन यू हैव अ सिंगल element in your priority queue, you will stop. So you have this tree now. We have Huffman tree. Tree मिल जाता है. स्टेप नंबर 3 कंप्लीट हुआ. फोर्थ स्टेप क्या बोलता है? Traverse your tree and define code words. हर एक कैरेक्टर के लिए कोड वर्ड बनाओ using this tree. So how to create a code word? This tree already contains code words. कैसे? Look, the total frequency in the root node is the total number of characters in your entire message. आपका मैसेज जितने कैरेक्टर का था, total characters, that will be the frequency of root node, the number of characters in your text. This was the message. हर एक कैरेक्टर का टोटल मारो, 26 होंगे. So the root node has a frequency equals to the length of your string. अगर वो नहीं है तो आपने ट्री बनाने में गलती की. Fine? Now if it is, then it's very simple. You traverse your tree. अपने ट्री को ट्रावर्स करो. अगर आप लेफ्ट जाते हो तो 0 मानोगे, और अगर आप राइट जाते हो तो 1 मानोगे. So 0 and 1, 0 and 1. That will give you the code word. So you traverse your tree and when you reach at a leaf node, वहां पे आपको एक कैरेक्टर मिलेगा. अब उस कैरेक्टर तक पहुंचने के लिए आपने क्या लिया? लेफ्ट राइट. उसके हिसाब से 0101 लिख दो. So on a left side it is 0, on a right side it is 1. Everywhere left is 0, right is 1. Okay. So now tell me, if you want to reach capital E from a root node, तो क्या करते हो आप? लेफ्ट साइड 0, लेफ्ट साइड 0, लेफ्ट साइड 0, लेफ्ट साइड 0. सो फॉर कैपिटल E आपने 4 बार लेफ्ट लिया, सो 0 0 0 0. दैट बिकम्स द कोड वर्ड फॉर कैपिटल E. Okay. So similarly, you can say, okay, what if you want to have small e from the root node? एक बार आप राइट जाओगे तो 1, दूसरी बार आप लेफ्ट आओगे तो 0. So small e के लिए क्या बना? 1 0. So this is how you define code words for every character. और हर एक कैरेक्टर का कोड वर्ड आपको जो भी मिलता है आप एक टेबल में रख दोगे. सो यू हैव अ कैरेक्टर एंड यू हैव अ कोड. ठीक है. जिसका अकरेंस ज्यादा है वो रूट के नजदीक है. अगर वो रूट के नजदीक है तो ट्रावर्स कम करना पड़ेगा, तो कोड वर्ड की लेंथ भी कम होगी. जिसका अकरेंस कम है वो रूट से दूर है, तो वहां तक ट्रैवर्स करने में आपका पाथ लंबा होगा, तो उसका कोड वर्ड भी लंबा होगा. So finally we have a code word. We have that entire table with us, जहां पे आपके पास हर एक कैरेक्टर के लिए कोड वर्ड है. So the final step, the last step, you scan your entire text. जो भी मैसेज है उसको स्कैन करो आप. And then what you do is, capital E is replaced by its code word 0000. Then small e is replaced by its code word 10. Right? Then you have small r replaced by its code word 1100. So what you do here, you replace all those characters with generated code words. And this is your encoded string. तो ये 10 वाला जो sequence है, this becomes your encoded string. What is the benefit of this one? आप बोलोगे सर ear eyes near seen near the leg, ये छोटा मैसेज था, जबकि ये 100001 वाला तो लंबा सा स्ट्रिंग बन गया. Is there a benefit? This is what the benefit we have. Look, if you go for simple characters, character requires 1 byte, मतलब 8 bit. Total 26 character थे आपके पास. 26 characters you were having. So each character requires 8 bits. तो total कितने bit चाहिए? 208 bits will be required for your normal text message. But if you have replaced those characters with the encoded code words 1001, now 0 and 1, these are the bits. Those are the bits. And finally, whatever message you have generated, that only requires 73 bits. 73 digits hai 01 wale. So now you compare. Instead of 208 bits, you have compressed your message and you have stored it in 73 bits. So memory is lesser here. Even these 73 bits will be easy to transfer. Network भी कम use होगा. So this Huffman code and Huffman tree is were mostly used in fax machines. Fax machines. Those were using this technique to send entire message with 1001 bits, decreasing the overall size, and at the other hand, again decoded. But when we see this entire process, we learn the Huffman tree, and Huffman tree is based on the number of occurrences of the character, and those frequencies, those occurrences are weight for us. जिसका weight ज़्यादा है वो root के नज़दीक रहेगा, जिसका weight कम है वो root से lengthiest path पे रहेगा. So that's the weight balance tree. How do we decode? हम decode कैसे करते हैं इसको? Exactly the reverse process. 1001 वाला पूरा string है. You traverse your tree based on that 10 sequence. 0 है तो left जाएंगे, 1 है तो right जाएंगे. When we reach at the leaf node, आपको एक character मिलेगा, वो character लिख लोगे. So this is the application actually. The Huffman tree is a technique to compress your entire message so that you can transmit your message easily. It is nothing but a statistical coding, 10 number statistics, and based on a frequency, we have seen one example. It works well with the text and fax transmissions. So one application is that fax machines do use Huffman tree. And we can also use it in several other data structures where we want to balance our data based on some prior knowledge, and that prior knowledge will become your weight. That's the completion of trees. We started with basic definitions, different types of binary trees we have seen, then we go for traversal and then binary search tree. We have also seen general trees, general tree to binary search, binary tree conversion, threaded binary tree also, and few applications of trees. Just before we complete this lecture, we were discussing balancing mechanism. AVL, B, B plus and 2, 3 are the height balance trees. And the last one we have seen, Huffman tree, is the weight balance tree. We'll stop here for today. And in the next lecture, we are going to start graph. And probably that's the last part of our syllabus also. We have covered other 2 units already. Searching, sorting is done. And just in last Saturday, we have also covered hashing and collision. So graph is the last point, remains in our syllabus. That's all for today. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.